So what if you could clone yourself? I'm serious. Imagine having a digital twin that just handles all the boring, repetitive stuff at your job. Well, today, we're going to dive into how the AI tool Claude can pretty much become that clone, freeing you up to focus on what you actually enjoy doing. And look, this isn't about saving a few minutes here and there. This is about completely changing your productivity game.
Does this sound familiar to you? That constant loop of copying data from a spreadsheet, pasting it into a report, trying to summarize meeting notes? It is the silent killer of creativity and, let's be honest, your most valuable asset, your time. That's the daily grind we're talking about getting rid of for good.
You know, the key to unlocking all that wasted potential is automation. And it's not some complicated, far-off dream that's only for coders. Nope, we're going to break down exactly how you can start handing off that busy work to Claude one step at a time. So let's get right into it. Okay, we're going to start with what I call the crawl stage. This is your very first step into the world of automation. And the best part? You don't need any extra tools. You don't need any coding skills. This is all about using a feature that's already built right inside of Claude to take back that first hour of your day.
This right here is where the magic begins. Claude has its own built-in scheduler, and this is a total game changer because it means you don't need any other apps to get started. You can literally tell Claude, hey, every morning at 9 a.m., I want a summary of my industry's top news, and it'll just do it. Daily, weekly, monthly, all by itself.
So what does this actually look like day to day? Well, imagine starting your morning with a perfect, tailored industry briefing just waiting for you. Or how about having a whole week's worth of social media ideas generated every single Monday morning? You can even have it create your monthly reports from a bunch of raw data automatically. This is your first real taste of automation, and it is sweet. And setting this up, it could not be easier. You just open the app, you tell it what you want it to do, you set a schedule, and that's it. You're done. Claude handles everything from there, dropping the results right where you need them. It's the definition of set it and forget it productivity.
Okay, so once you've got that down and you're feeling comfortable, it's time for the walk stage. This is where things get really interesting, because now we're going to connect Claude to all the other apps you use every single day to build your own little army of digital assistants.
All right, meet Zapier. Think of this thing as the ultimate connector for your entire digital life. It's like a universal translator that lets Claude talk to over 7,000, that's right, 7,000 different apps. The logic is so simple and so beautiful. When something happens in one app, that's a trigger, it tells Claude to perform an action. And the best part? Zero code required.
Let's make this super real. A new lead fills out a form on your website. Boom! Zapier instantly tells Claude to draft a personalized welcome email. A new order pops up in your Shopify store, and just like that, Claude writes a really thoughtful thank you note. I mean, this is automation that is literally working for you 24/7, even when you're sleeping.
Now, don't get me wrong, Zapier is fantastic. But what if you need to build something a little more complex? You know, with more moving parts. Well, for those of you who want to level up your automation game, there's another incredible tool called Make.com. You can think of it as Zapier's more powerful, pro-level cousin. And yep, you guessed it, it works perfectly with Claude too.
So which one should you use? Honestly, it really just comes down to what you need. If you're building simple one- or two-step automations, that classic if this, then that stuff, Zapier is your absolute best friend. But if you're trying to orchestrate a complex workflow with tons of steps and different paths, or you're running a high volume of automations, then Make.com is the powerhouse you're looking for.
The real beauty of Make.com is its visual interface. You can literally drag, drop, and connect your apps to map out your entire workflow. You can see exactly how the data moves from a Google Sheet, gets analyzed by Claude, and then branches off to WordPress and Slack. It turns complicated automation into a visual puzzle that's actually fun to solve.
All right, we've crawled, we've walked, and now it's time to run. This stage is for when you need to process tasks on a massive, massive scale. We're not talking about one task at a time anymore. We're talking about automating thousands of items all at once.
So the key idea here is something called batch processing. Let me put it this way. Imagine you have 1,000 letters you need to mail. Instead of running to the post office 1,000 different times, you just put them all in one giant box and drop it off once. That is batch processing for AI. You bundle up thousands of requests, send them over as a single job, and get all the results back in one go. It is efficiency on an incredible scale.
And here's how it works with Claude's Batch API.
You send it a single file with thousands and thousands of items. Let's say customer reviews. Claude gets to work on all of them, and within 24 hours, you get a file back with a sentiment analysis for every single review. This is enterprise-level power, but it's made accessible for everyone.
But what can you really do with that kind of power? Well, imagine feeding it 1,000 support tickets and getting a perfectly categorized and prioritized list back in a matter of hours, not weeks. Or generating unique SEO-friendly product descriptions for your entire e-commerce catalog overnight. This is how you start working with data at a massive scale.
And here's the real kicker. It's not just more efficient, it is dramatically cheaper. Using the Batch API actually comes with a 50% discount compared to the standard API pricing. For anyone dealing with high volumes of data, this is an absolute game changer for your bottom line. Seriously.
Okay, so we've covered the tools, we've covered the theory. Now let's see how this all clicks together in a really powerful real-world example. Building an automated customer service agent that literally works for you around the clock. With a workflow like this, you get faster responses and way happier customers. An email comes in. An automation tool instantly scans it for keywords to figure out what the customer needs. It then grabs the perfect response template, has Claude personalize it for that specific person, and sends back a helpful reply in seconds. This isn't just an assistant, this is a 24/7 customer service team.
And you do not have to be a developer to build this. You can start small by just having Claude help you write some amazing templates for your most common questions. Then you just use a tool like Zapier to create a simple rule. If an email contains the word refund, send the refund process template. It's really that straightforward. So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that automation isn't just for huge corporations or expert coders anymore. Whether you're just reclaiming your morning with a simple schedule or you're building a complex, multi-app workflow that powers your entire business, these tools make it possible for everyone.
So we've gone from crawling to walking to running. You've seen the tools, you've seen the incredible possibilities. The only question that's left is, what's that one repetitive task you're going to get rid of first?